And it allowed me to use first names in the lecture. In fact, I'd say one of the things that I realized about a third of the way through the semester was the TBL model is not incompatible with just traditional classroom activities of stopping and having a mini conversation back and forth with a single student, and then turning to another individual student saying, well, what do you just think about what we said? And for some reason, I felt like the first 3 or 4 weeks I couldn't do that. And then when I did start doing just kind of my normal classroom behavior, it seemed to open up a lot of flow in the lecture that the GSIs and everybody seemed to be responsive to. And I needed the name tags to do that because I couldn't possibly remember 80 names. Since I was going to the expense and trouble of printing out these name tags, they're little
they
tents.
They were just tents,
So
right?
tents.
Laminated tents, right.
So I said to the GSIs, this is what I decided to do. Why don't you be responsible for distributing them and collecting them after each lecture? Because if we send them off with the students, they're going to disappear.
Right.
And this could be your tool for keeping attendance. Since giving a participation grade was part of their responsibility.
Makes sense, yeah. Good.
And then it's already there for them. So then they've got their name tags. When the GSI goes into their section later that afternoon or the next day, they put up the tents in their smaller room, and it's a continuity from the lecture. They see the same typeface, the same names, and presumably it helps them learn their student names. I needed those name tags all through the semester. I'm sure they didn't after a few weeks, and I'm sure they only were used in lecture after about week 3. But for me, they were kind of a kind of analog technology that was essential.
Yep.